Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today we are in the GT4 iRacing AI, I don't know what to call this, Series Championship. As I said, race number 4, Sebring International Raceway today. Should hopefully be a pretty good race. I have experience here in this car previously, so that's going to be a little bit helpful. Not that it applies that much, but just it's not like sticking your hand in the cookie jar and you find a shark. It's more like you stick your hand in the cookie jar and a minnow. I don't know where I was going with that reference, but anyway, I digress. If you haven't already gone back and watched the first 3 races of this GT4 series, or previously the Formula V, Spec Racer Ford, Mazda Cup, or Formula 3 series that came before it, make sure you go back and do that. It'll kind of set the stage for where we are, how we got here today, and kind of get you up to speed on this season and what we're doing here. Also, as always, if my mic is giving issues, I've checked things out recently. Hopefully it's better. I don't know that it will be. I hope it will. But if it is the same still and scratchy at times, I apologize, and I hope it doesn't impact the viewing too terribly much. But anyways, so we are here today at Sebring. Race number 4 of 7, like I said, so we're going to be past the halfway mark of this series after this race is completed. I believe this is the full circuit. It should be, if I said it correctly. So I actually have been on the seat quite a bit. It was a little bit of a crazy week at work this week, so I've been out of the seat pretty much the entire week, unfortunately. So that's okay. We've had that before. We'll just get up to speed here, and we'll see what we got. Not expecting too terribly much again. A little bit of a draft track, not terribly, but enough that'll keep you up with someone if you need to stay uptight. We're gonna overshoot that massively there. Anyway, so it's been good. I wish everybody a happy and safe holiday season if you have any plans or travels coming up and about. So I guess I don't know what time of year this is exactly going to go up on, but we might even be past the holiday season. So if we're like past Christmas now, just ignore everything I'm saying at this point. It's past. It's fine. But if that's the case, then Happy New Year. So cover all the bases there. Anyway, so here today we are at Sebring. It has been quite a while since I've been in any car, this car especially. I don't think I've done any racing at all this week. It's where today is Saturday that I'm recording this, but I don't think I've literally done any racing at all this week. So I did my building for this week last week because I had an old set that I just tried out and it worked well, so I just made minor adjustments for that. But yeah, so I ran a practice for the V8 supercars. I ran about 5 laps just around testing some stuff out now. But yeah, so I haven't done any racing at all in several days. So we're just gonna see how this goes here. Usual format, if you're new here to the channel, we'll have a single lap queue, which you'll see here in about 12 seconds starting. Don't know exactly where lap time is going to be, probably 2:10 or so would be my guess. And then I'll probably be closer to 2:15. The fast guys are probably at 2:10 around here. But then we'll have a standard 25-minute length race. So nothing too crazy or special here. So we just missed absolutely everything. We'll get the thing turned in, it'll be okay. So yeah, 25-minute race should be good. Good length, good set. Hopefully everything works out as we hope, and we can get another solid finish and propel ourselves a little bit closer to another series championship here in the GT4 series. We've had a great start to the season, but again, I won't spoil too much as usual. If you want to care, go back and watch as I drop a right wheel there. It's fine. So go back and watch if that's something that interests you and you want to see kind of how we got to this point. So, in the hairpin here, we're just going to break at 400. I have no idea what we actually need to do. That was relatively close. I guess I could have been a little more confident on that tree, but it's fine. A little bit of a slide off, but it's fine. We only got to do 1 lap, so I'm not really worried about the tires and their temps and their wear and all those things. So a little bit cloudy today, actually. It looks like my eyes aren't great, but I can still see those, with the pavement changes and the way things are here at Sebring. There's not a lot of scenery, and an air base essentially. So kind of trying to pick different stuff up, easy to get distracted by a cloud or something when there's not a lot going on. So that's kind of what we got right now. Another big slide. Brake's going to stick just a little bit. Notice there on the corner of my eye. So give him a nice pump to reset the pressure there. Well known that my pedals are absolute garbage, but it's fine. Just about get the thing down in there. A little bit of a slide, probably went in there a little bit deep, a little bit too fast, but it's fine. Missed everything there coming out of the backstretch. That's going to hurt us all the way down this long straightaway. So again, more brake stick. Pedal's still cold, I guess. So hopefully we get that tuned up. And I don't feel like this is going to be a pole lap, but I guess we'll see. A little bit too many mistakes in the back half. Not that it's bad or anything, but you know, if you're going to be the fastest, you got to have, you know, no mistakes, pretty good laps. So gonna wheel the thing in there, get the back end pointed nicely. A little bit of a shallow exit there, but we'll take a straight line here over on the wall once we get straightened out to the start finish line. And 2:15.4, so holding for the moment, not going to stay on the pole though there as we see already. So I was right on my prediction of 2:15. We're actually going to drop like a rock. We'll just pull that up real quick. We're several at 1.4. Actually, a little bit out of position, but that was not my best lap I've ever run. Talked about the myriad of factors that went into what we just saw there. So even if we can find another second, so that puts securely up into the podium. So hopefully that can be the case, and we can kind of latch on some of these guys and have a nice start and so on. We do have a full pace lap here, which is really annoying, but that's just how we got it. So 20-minute race here while everybody's gritting up. I will check to make sure the recording is normally. It does appear to be so. All right, so we'll buckle up, and unlike some of these past races here recently, we're going to have a little bit of work to do, which is fine. A little bit something different. We don't have to like win every race from pole. That's boring, but got the hiccups again. Never fails. Anyway, so hopefully we can kind of come back with a little bit of a comeback drive at Daytona. If you remember back, about 2 or 3 weeks ago when that video came out now. The long safety car we had, and you know, kind of having to do a little bit of a comeback and making a nice charge right at the very end of that race to get back where we deserve to be. But Nick Leap has definitely been, on average, I would say, the fastest car. Randy had a Daytona issue with us, and then Richard has been pretty decent too. But Nick is definitely the one that we expect here to, if someone's going to break out and get away and give us grief here, it's going to be that Porsche up on the front row. I think that's the only Porsche up there, followed by a string of BMWs, and then it's actually Stevie Reese right next to me. That's the next Porsche. So we got 6 BMWs in the top 7 actually. So hopefully that bodes well for our being competitive up around some of these other cars here. First McLaren right there behind us. That's 10th place Tran. Another BMW and Soto behind us. Get the tires warm if we can. 25 minutes. We're right on that line now. The 25-minute race of okay, so this is a, you know, a long enough race here. Can we, you know, hopefully maybe get these tires up to temp for the start, make some progress immediately with some traffic, and then still hang on at the end. It's, you know, a little bit iffy, a bit of a guessing game. Sometimes they start to go away, as we've seen towards the tail end of the race, but hopefully we can hang on to them. I know Road Atlanta, we had a nice gap at Road Atlanta with our pace, but we also had some tire wear at the end of that gave us a little bit of grief at times. So just something to keep in mind. This isn't a super high-tech circuit, but there are a lot of bumps, so you can do a lot of sliding easily. If the car's not underneath you, will go bounce you around, you can have issues. So just gotta keep that in mind. Probably gonna be a 3rd gear start here, just with our rolling speed currently. We'll try to time this out. We had a really great start as well. Mazda Formula 3. Formula 3 here at the full circuit last season. An absolute banger start to go ahead and grab positions right off the line. We had to do a restart there actually. Someone ran over our wheel. Once we got back going and did it over again, great start, and we ended up, I think, 3rd in that race. So again here, I think we started a little further back, 9th or 10th in that one. But hopefully here we can kind of make the same magic work and get even 2 or 3 spots and get us up to where we can kind of follow some faster cars. So that would be the goal. Learn a little bit, get a little faster, get a little better here as we go, and kind of extrapolate that throughout the race here. So finally down off of turn 16 down the long back straightaway. I don't know if this was a runway in the airbase days or what this was. Doesn't really matter, but go to Sunset Corner, turn 17 under the bridge, the hairpin at the end of the lap here at Sebring, and then we'll get the green for 25 minutes. So I'm not gonna extend out how many laps it's gonna be. I don't know. It's what, 12, 13 laps. I don't know. 12 or 13, let's say. Quick math, but if it's way off, just ignore it. So plenty of time in this race, plenty of opportunity to get some jobs done, and hopefully we can go finish up at least towards the podium. So should be able to find more pace than we had in Q for sure. Not my best lap by any means. So try to get a little bit of a run here at these guys when we get the green. We do. They're going to spread out that way. We'll go up the middle. Extra shift there. Close knit. We're actually 4 wide here. We're going to kind of back out of that one. Don't want to go in there too many cars side by side. We're going to have a great exit though from turn 1. Do we look 3 wide up the inside here? That's dangerous. We're not going to do that. Stick the nose in there just a little bit just to show it and back out of that one. So +3 already, 7-4. Exactly. A really bold start, but a good start by me. See if we can get a nice run here. Actually, we do have a really nice run. We're going to go the outside of both of these other BMWs. I think we're 3 wide, yep. Randy's going to back out of that one. We got to get in here deep. Got in there pretty well. See if we can hold out here on the outside. Corner exit. Just a little bit of an advantage there. So we are going to get clear here down towards second half of the lap. Not going to need to defend this one. We have a nice gap. So a pretty ideal start there. 7th to 2nd, about half a lap there. Still somewhat in touch with Nick up ahead. Not quite where we need to be as far as the toe or anything, but he hasn't bolted out there. So we're going to have a nice little second half of the lap here. We should still be able to draft him down these next coming straightaways. So that was about perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better than that. That was as good as you can hope from the position we were in. So try to capitalize on it now, obviously. Got in there better than we did in the Q lap. Not perfect, but better. Hopefully we can get in here as well a little better. We do. Definitely in the toe now. 6/10. We've just about dropped the cars behind to them. So all of a sudden we go from being in a little bit of a vulnerable position, like in English, I promise, to now we're right up on the back of the leader after just 1 lap. So it's about as good as you could hope for. A little bit deep for me there, but hopefully we can turn it back in. A little bit of a slide, so not a perfect turn 17 there. A little bit aggressive, a little bit anxious, trying to get in there and make good time, but we got to just settle in here and realize we were, what, +5 on that first lap, so we got to just keep nice laps here. Trying to get the front end to go in. Just waiting on it so much, but driving really hard right now, trying to make time. I know that we've got to go. Well, we're in a good spot here. Can't be messing around, especially if we're going to be messing around trying to make a pass. In the hairpin is, I guess, the prime spot. We've seen issues there before in Mazda Cup, Spec Racer Ford, Formula 3, everything that down into this corner. Can get a little bit iffy when you're in a lot of traffic and stuff, so get in there nice and easy this time to center the thing up. A little bit of a slide right through the apex, but managed to stay on it okay, so still in range here, no problem. No pressure behind yet. A little bit of a battle going on. 4th, Randy's dropped off the back of Richard there. Going a little bit deeper here, turn in late. Gotta line the thing up on exit. We do. Use these fresher tires while we have them on the car. Lap 2. Thought about taking a look there, but that's a tricky corner to do it. It's, not an advantageous corner. Good exit out of there, actually. I was not expecting that. We're going to take this to driver's right. It's not going to happen with this double left-hander that's flat. He's going to lift a little bit to make sure he stays on the apex. Side by side now. This is not what we want. I was just talking about, a little bit of a hip check there. I just talked about the time loss. Definitely lost over half a second there, maybe even more than that, back to the guys behind, but get that job done. So that's one of the better passes I've made on this YouTube channel, at least recently. Just took the advantageous exit and carried it all the way around the outside of the tricky corner. be able to take the lead away there from Nick. So happy with the pace so far. Hug this inside wall here, a little bit conservative through there. Again, a little bit of a slide, but it's okay. We have kind of pulled everybody back into us, at least the top 4 like I talked about, but still better, and we ran a second faster than we did in Q, even making that pass. So that tells me my Q lap was just really bad. So we have a good pace, or at least decent pace. So hopefully we can kind of hang up here, and if we have to battle, we'll be ready to go. But now we've already gotten up to the lead and can kind of control the pace, control where we want to go. That's the goal, obviously. So Turner Motorsports guys, I gotta just thank all the guys in the BMW factory. They've given us great cars here. This is the 4th race in a row. We've had an awesome bullet here today. Bill Oberlin, great work with these setups and getting us prepped and ready to race. So always good to have fast race cars. That's the cure for anything, is have fast race cars. So again, just slide the rear tires out of the hairpin there, trying to get power down. Not have to turn it in too sharp there. Doing okay. Still kind of pulling these 3 guys along with us a little bit. Definitely gave up that big spread in the toe that we had, but that's fine. A little bit of a slide down in there, no problem. I enjoy this car. It's growing on me. I'm not very good at it. Definitely not competitive enough with some of the guys that are really good at it, but I enjoy it. So something I might have to look into in the future here. Just starting to walk away a little bit, tense here and there, so good to know. Keep in mind kind of where we're strong and where we're not. This is not one of our strongest places here in these last couple corners, but seemed to be pretty good the first chunk of the lap at least. So actually got through there pretty well that time, made about 2/10, 10.5 or so. Just enough to kind of make us dangerous here, I guess. Still towing them around. You can see in the background there just a little bit of tow coming from those guys. Definitely in the sunset a little bit soft. I might need to look into changing that if we come under attack or something. Definitely struggling through there a little bit, couple tenths down, but down 13.3. So now we're down around where Nick's pole lap was. So good, better pace here than we had in Q for sure. 2 seconds faster. So just to keep that in mind. Obviously we ran the race set, race fuel, everything that could play a little bit of a factor, but probably not too much. So just have to keep that in the back of the mind. Just about get the thing turned in through there. Not a problem. Still going to be giving them a little bit of pull from 9 back. I think top 4 have kind of separated as we have 3 seconds 4th to 5th already. So get the thing stopped in there, pointed well. Good exit. That was a lot better that time actually. Exit wise, brake's going to stick a little bit. Won't hurt us too badly. A little bit down the straightaway though with the toes, so not breaking away by any means, but I feel a lot better about our pace than I did, before the start, where I thought we might be at. So doing okay. Tricky track for these cars because they don't have a lot of power, but they have enough to jump on you if you make a mistake. So you just gotta be so precise. It feels boring and smooth as I just overdrive everything there. It feels boring when you're going and everything's going well because there's no drama. But when you step over that line, all of a sudden it's a big mess, so you just gotta keep that in mind. There we go. Just about get the thing stopped and turned in there. No problem. There we go. So again, just not really gaining any time there, pulling away or anything. Pretty spread out a little bit behind the top 3, 4 here. Nick is starting to pull away from Richard just a little bit. A lot more tow, obviously, on Nick's car than what Richard's getting from Nick. So again, they're just struggling a little bit with lines and with corner speed through 17. We're not going to change it because it's okay for now, but just something to keep in mind if we have to battle that we might be at a little bit of a disadvantage in that final corner up against the competition. Consistency there, we ran 1,000 slower that lap than we did the previous lap, so at least we were consistent as I on the gas too early there. Lose some time on exit of turn 1. Nick takes a little look on the inside. We'll cover that off, no problem. Another little rear tire slide there, no problem. All good. Definitely a 4-car race at the front here, so we can go to battle a little bit using the points lead we had to try to be aggressive, because, you know, if we have a minor off, we're probably still going to end up in 4th at the worst there, so something good to keep in the back of the mind. Just kind of at a holding pattern right now. Nobody really fast enough to make any big moves, even with the draft, and we're not checking out, making big time or anything. A little bit deep in there again. No harm. We actually made a little time there, so it must have been a mistake behind as well. They pointed in there nicely. That was nice. Felt nice. Get turned in there smooth. Just about 10 car lengths now we've opened up back, so. A little bit of a curb slide there. Just got the right side wheels up on top of that curb and slid the rear end a little bit, turning out. No problem, still 10 back, a little bit more spread. We have a little bit of a gap here. Probably going to give up a couple tenths down here in 17 unless I can figure out how to get through here better. But not super concerned about that. We're doing okay right now, so I guess this is a good time now. I'll shut up and take it for a lap around Sebring in a GT4. Decent lap there. Still had a little bit of trouble in 17, like we have every lap, and a little bit of trouble in 1, but it is going to be a PB sub 13 there, so definitely more on the pace of where I'd expect from the first race of the season. So still struggling, just waiting. Feels like forever on throttle in turn 1. That lap was a little bit better. We do open up a little bit of a gap that lap. Obviously with the PB, made a couple tenths there, so it's beneficial. Open up a little bit, hopefully break that draft just a little bit down some of these straightaways. Again, a little bit of spread down between Nick and Richard, 3rd and 4th. We've opened up nearly 10 seconds. Dale Jr. is taking 5th from Thomas behind us. Walk the thing in there on the back wheels a little bit deep, but it's okay. Managed to get through. Lost probably 2/10 or so there, just trying to get in smooth. We are past halfway here, about 15 minutes into this sucker. 10 minutes to go. Not a great lap here for all the greatness that we had last lap, making good time. Giving a lot of it right back here on this lap. Maybe took a little bit too much out of the tire, but we'll see how it holds on. Through there nice and easy. Little slide there, but it's okay, no problem. Big exit slide. Tried to get on the gas really hard. Of course, you're trying to maximize the straightaway. Did okay there. It was alright, so. Still about the same gap, just about 1.5 seconds or so. A little bit of a tow coming still from Nick. Faster straight line speed for that car behind. A little better that time. Not great, but we got through there okay, so. It's alright. Definitely a big gap now, over 2 seconds. Must have been some battling or something between Richard and Randy. They dropped back over almost 2.5 seconds from behind us, so now it becomes a little bit of a two-car fight here for this last chunk of the race, underneath 10 minutes here. About 3 or 4 tenths slower that lap than on the previous lap, the PB that I shut up for. Not a big margin, but enough to raise the eyebrows a little bit if we start giving up gobs here to the guys behind. Just kind of as a reference to where they're at, seems like they're around the pace I'm running right now. Obviously we pulled out some nice margin on that fast lap I did. Another big slide there, just trying to maximize these straightaways from the slow exits. So maybe a little bit too aggressive with the right foot there for me, but it's okay. If we burn the tires off of it, we'll deal with that when we get there. Things stopped nicely, a little bit too much center speed, but stopped nonetheless. Still doing well to get through here. Walked the thing in there, big curb hop. I turned in a little bit too soon there, but it's okay. We made it and made a little bit of time. Still really dropping the guys behind. Richard and Randy back there just don't have anything. We got out of the tow from them. Just Nick and I have kind of checked out. Almost dropped the wheel there on entry, sliding a little bit. A little shallower line there. We got a little bit squirreled up there. It's okay. We got through there okay. Opened up a little bit more gap to Nick actually. We got through there better. So 11 seconds now, back to 5th place. So good gap, good pace, especially for the top 2 here in this race. So just gonna kind of keep a half an eye on where we are as far as lap counter, lap times. So on a look here where we're at start finish line. We'll assume a 2:15. Yeah, probably 3 laps to go here would be my guess. So I don't know, that might not be right. We'll see. 3 or 4, it'll be one of the 2. So yeah, we'll see. Looks like Chris Leone up in the distance, first car. That's going to be lapped a minute ahead there, just now at half a lap. So we're not going to catch any traffic today, unless there's a big issue or a spin or someone has to pit or something like that. So straight up race. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. So how traffic can impact races, but at the same time we've had plenty of great races without traffic. So keep that in the mind. Nice and smooth now, over 2 seconds, so we've well and truly dropped most of the tow. They might be getting just a little sniff back that far, but not enough to catch up or anything. Gotta keep being nice and smooth and patient, and opening this up where we can, and slow but steady we should pull out to, I don't know, 3 seconds or so if we can just put good laps together here. So it's good to know that we have good pace still, still rolling strong. Actually, that last lap was a 12.6. I didn't even notice. Wasn't paying attention, but we did get through there pretty well. That's the PB, a couple tenths better than a couple laps ago when I stopped talking. Definitely rotate on the rear wheel there. You saw me have to turn out of my turn in just a little bit. Just slid the rear tires in the brake zone there, trying to turn while I was braking. Just fine, no harm. Still about 2-second gap there. A little bit squirrely under braking again there, just a little bit of a slide off to the side with turn in. There we go. Over 2.5 seconds now. A big battle for third there. Randy took a big dive. Richard made that pass. Cost them each about a second, though. That was optimistic, I guess. I don't know the situation, obviously, but they both lost big chunks of time there. Get the car just about turned in there. Follow the dark rubbered lines. That was okay. That was better through there. Not great, but better is what we need because everywhere else we're looking pretty good, so better is good enough. We are probably going to get 2 more after this one. I don't think we're going to get the white flag on lap 11, so it will be 12 laps. There we go. Is that good math? Is it 12, 13? Maybe 13 laps. We might have 2 more after this one. 3 more? I don't know. It's fine. I'm just going to drive until they tell me to stop. Maybe my prediction was correct. Maybe we'll get 13 instead of 12, not the other way around. So, just over 2.5 seconds now. I'm very, very happy with the start we had in this race. You know, 7th wasn't a great qualifying lap by me. Just mistake filled. And didn't get the best out of it. Didn't get the most out of it. But we got the job done. A great start, getting 3 spots before turn 1, or in turn 1, I should say. And then up to second by the end of the lap, and then by the end of lap 2, we got in the lead. So, great fire off speed. The tire warming did its job, even though we're starting to pay for it a little bit right now, but we've already got the job done with the 3-second gaps. So, definitely optimistic start, but good that we were able to take advantage and move through and be successful in that pursuit. So, every point matters in the championship like this. We slide big time. Such a short season. If it was, 12, 15, 20 races, it would matter a lot less. Second to first to 1 point, theoretically. But with 7 races or whatever we got here, if the guy finishes second every time, that's 7 points. That means the finale, you only got to finish 7th, but that also means that, you have a weird race, you go back to 15th, and you can only drive up to 8th, you lose. So that's how quickly you can kind of turn here. Not a great lap this lap by me, but whatever. Cisco in one of the team cars there had an off, went from mid-20s to last, it looks like, in one of the Turner cars. A little bit slower that lap. Not a bad lap, but it's fine. So the white flag there. We are going to have 1 more after this as well, so 3 laps to go there. Kept talking about how this race is almost over, and we got 6 minutes left, so... Again, the maths is not my my strong point right now, so it's fine. Still got the only math I care about is the 2-second lead there on the relative, and 7 plus and then 13 plus back to the following packs. So still a good battle for third with Randy and Richard there. So keep half an eye on that here as we come to the end of the race. We should have Nick all but covered off here. 2.5 laps to go, 2 seconds. I don't think he's suddenly going to find some low 12s in it to be able to come back and give me grief. So, and either way, I think we'd be able to defend this pretty big car. The BMW, kind of put it where you want it, and you should be pretty safe. So, there we go. Over the curbs just a little bit. No pressure. We're not going to catch any of this traffic, like I said, unless there's some big incident up ahead, which I don't anticipate. So, again, a little bit more of a slide there. Been enjoyable. I've enjoyed this. Definitely a good race, fun race. So enjoyable to get these puppies in and out of the way, and go from there. So missed that apex just a little bit. Big slide, stab on the gas. Should have plenty of fuel. I think I always overfuel by a massive amount, which is fine. Not concerned. There we go, just about to get the thing stopped and turned in there. Alright, white flag it is going to be, so obviously my math is not good on figuring this out. Again, been out of the seat, maybe I'm just stupid, but either way, final lap here. Lap number 12. We missed everything there in turn 1 again, just trying to carry too much speed. Gotta back it out and come back. Nick has closed down the 1.5 seconds here, so we just gotta be a little bit mindful. We can't back down the pace too terribly much here, so he's had a really nice lap that last time because our previous lap was sub 13.5, so not a terrible lap, even if he gained 0.3 running a great lap, but he gained more like 3/4 of a second, so again, not under pressure yet, shouldn't be a threat, just something to keep in mind here as we're going through if something happens where he's at. So again, pretty conservative into the hairpin, a little bit of a slide, power up. We did have the hip check with him, but I think that's just a racing situation. You know, you can only give so much space, I guess, so not a problem. Nice and smooth. A little bit shallow there to make sure we didn't drop a wheel. Down within a second he's at now. He must have NOS in that Porsche, some good old nitrous. Need for Speed style, or Midnight Club style, I guess. 1 second back, shouldn't be any drama. Not going to make that up in one straightaway of a draft or anything, so as long as we don't make any mistakes here. Nice and smooth in there, just about get the thing turned in. Direction change, leave it in third. Nice wide entry, early brake to get the thing turned in. A little bit conservative, but able to get off of there smoothly. 1 second gap, shouldn't be able to suck up hardly at all, maybe 2/3. Nice and smooth through 17 and job done. So unfortunately, I don't know where Broadbent finished, but Cisco looks like it's going to finish dead last. So polar ends bookending the field here for the Turner guys again this week, which is fine. Get the car through there. Exit of 17 and job done. So another victory for us here at Sebring in the GT4 category. A little bit of a slower final lap again there. We're going to get it done here. There goes Nick. We'll do a nice cool down lap. Go on and celebrate again. We'll check out the point standings and preview, I guess, kind of the upcoming races and so on, and then we'll look forward to it. I'm not going to do the whole pace lap again, or pace lap, cool down lap. I don't care that much, so. Car's still racing here, so we're going to park it up just for the moment. Once we get to the tail end of the field, we'll go and roll on back to pit road, so. Here goes our last teammate, the Turner team. Save a little bit of time here on this cool down lap then. Cisco not going to be able to come back. Was running strongly up around 20th, 25th, and then had the incident and fell back through the field, unfortunately. So no team's championship here in this thing, but going to hurt us for sure there. So a little bit of a slide there. Can't do a burnout in these cars, unfortunately. So it's fine. Come back down through 17 once more, just because I love it so much. Extremely bumpy. You can hear the car bouncing there, but it's part of Sebring. Come on down here, nice aggressive pit entry. Down to our limit there. We're not even going to bother with the limiter because I don't care. Find our dude, as Empty Box Madwar would say. Where's my dude? Holding right at 45. Who needs a pit limiter? Here's our dude. We didn't win the pole, so we're not all the way down at the end of pit road, but there's our dude. Wait for these results to go official. Just a quick check back how the field spread out there. Christopher Bell, notable 117th. Where'd our other teammates finish? Broadbent 29th. So unfortunately, we could have had 2 top 30s, and apart from me, obviously. But not meant to be today. Looks like the results have gone official. So that's that. We'll go back. We'll check out the points update here, and then we'll iRacing's being weird. We'll look at the points update here, as I said, and then we'll check out the upcoming races, I guess. So Sebring, another victory. 4 out of 4 for us. Nick's 6 points back still, so talked about, when you finish second and third every time, there's not a lot of room for error still for us. So 2 poles for him, 2 poles for us so far in 4 races, 4 victories for us. 6 points back, Dave Kamer back 10 points back, and then apart from, third on back, Dale Jr. 17 back tied with Richard. So good margin there, good buffer for us from like third on back. So strong start to the season. We still got 3 races left though, so we got to finish top 3 in all of them to win this championship. So keep that in mind. Coming up next, it looks like is going to be Summit Point Raceway. So I always have that track circled, of course. Watkins, Glen Boot, and Laguna Seca to finally, round out the season. So that's what we got going on here. We'll be ready to rock and roll the next time. But thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the show. Drop a like and a subscription down below if you don't want to miss any of the action from this channel, this series, upcoming series, or anything else I may post. So thank you so much, and until next time, bye.